Sacktown Sports 1140. It's me, Imran Pilati, along with nobody that was announced just a second ago. I'm here with Jay himself, producer of the Drive Guys. Jay's here with me in studio because Whitey is with his family this weekend. He's doing a little bit of birthday partying with his grandkid who turned 1. So I said, Jay, are you able to make it? Because Shep is out in Houston, Wheatland. Why did I say Houston of all places?
He's in Houston?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, he's in Wheatland at the Hard Rock Casino, and I'll explain that in just a second.
Really?
Good morning, Jay. Last week, you were playing baseball. You were unable to make baseball or softball?
Softball. I don't play baseball no more. That's done.
Retired.
Yeah.
How'd you do?
If obviously you didn't listen to the show this week there, Mr. Pilati.
I was busy.
Yeah, I get it. I totally understand. I actually won MVP of our squad of our tournament, and we lost in the championship, though.
So you were the Dirk Nowitzki of MVP winners.
Yeah, pretty much.
What was it? How'd you do? How many games, first of all?
5.
And
would you?
What?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be tired after.
Yeah, I was done.
Did you do better at the beginning of the first 5 or at the end? Like, did you get into your sweet spot?
I felt like defensively at the end I was done. Just rubber legs, spaghetti legs. But hitting wise,
you played second. Yeah,
second.
You've always played second.
Pretty much, or more times than not, second, short, or third. But you know how it is. You try to get that synergy going with the people that you play with. So we try to stay pretty close to the same positions. But by the time 5th game comes around, you're done.
Okay,
it's whatever. But I hit 8-10 for the whole tournament. 8-10. I think here I can show you right now. See what I go 18 for 21 or something like that.
But aren't they mostly all home runs?
I didn't hit not one home run last weekend. 0 as I come in here and it's updating for whatever reason. So I must be lying.
What is the actual, like, did you hit a triple?
2 triples. Let's see. I went 17 for 21, 8-10.
Okay, we know that softball is a lot like college baseball, where the inflated stats live there.
Yes,
true. It's pretty often that you hit over 400 in college baseball. What's realistic in rec? Is it rec or is it competitive?
This is competitive. This is tournament. So a lot of times there's sponsor teams who we play against, things like that. We are an organization, so we have levels to this organization.
Okay, and
quote unquote, you have to try out, but I didn't have to try out because it was mutual. A friend said, hey, listen, you should probably try these guys. Yeah, whatever. And we came out first tournament. We hit, like, me and one of my best friends play shortstop. He hit like 7-something. I think he hit 760. I hit 758 or something.
If you don't hit over 500,
it's terrible.
You're not great.
So look, I led the team 17 for 21. The guy behind me was 15 for 19. He hit 789. My guy was 750, 15 for 20.
Sound like Kyle.
14 for 19, 737. So the bottom, he hit 8 for 18. He hit 444. That's horrendous in softball. Yeah,
you're like making fun of him for hitting over 400.
Yeah, but 529, 545, 556. Those are terrible in softball.
So what are final tallies? What are final scores that make sense?
Oh, it just depends on what level you're playing, what league you're playing. There's something that they call ASA, which is kind of more traditional softball, USA ASA. The balls aren't as hard. The bats aren't as hard. They have something you call U-Trip, which is USSSA, right? The balls are harder. The bats are harder. Then you have senior ball, which these balls are crazy.
Are you there yet?
Yeah, I'm 40.
Is that considered senior ball?
So they have levels 40 to 50. Then they have 50 to 55, 55 to 60, 60 to 65, 65 to 70. And if I'm not mistaken, it's either 70 to 75 or 70 and up.
And man, what part do they allow you to bring your walker?
Never. You'd be surprised,
Pinch walker.
You would be surprised. Let me tell you. I've been in, so they have World Series, they have Nationals, they have all these different, variations of playing softball. I've been in Arizona. A lot of it happens in Vegas, right? Especially coming from World Series. A lot of them happen in Atlanta, like for the Black World Series, stuff like that. I've been in Scottsdale and Phoenix, Arizona. You walk up and you just see a bunch of OGs, and I'm 40, but I say OGs, and you look around, you're like, how old are you, man? Well, I'm 72, and they're all softball geared down.
Whoa.
Oh, absolutely, man. They get it in. I can't remember if it's called Sunrise League or something they call it, but this guy's out there playing 80s.
I would think that if they're 80 years old, it's called the Sunset League. Hey,
Might be that.
I will just show you a quick picture on my phone. This is I'm emotional. My son is watching the show right now
Oh,
from
man.
A Little Somewhere Special. Beckett, I love you, and Dad's coming to see you after
Man,
this
straight
show.
up.
Love
Absolutely.
you, love you, son.
I love you, Becky.
Yeah,
We all love you.
yeah. My son's going through some stuff right now,
Keep
but
fighting, big
I
time.
love him. I love him. Let's get me off of this subject, so I stopped with the emotions. What's happening in the shop right now? Shep and Dave are at the Collected Card Show in the Hard Rock Casino in Wheatland, California. Now, you and I have been there before.
Yeah.
Did you go with me to A1 Fights when we used to go out there?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No.
I should have invited you.
It's all good.
We've gone out
Ride
there.
Faber.
It's a beautiful venue. They have a card show going on there today and tomorrow, starting at 10 o'clock. So go by and say what's up to Shep and Dave.
What are they doing at
We'll be
him?
there.
Do you know what facility they're doing it at in Hard Rock?
Yeah. So what I was told by Shep was when you walk into the front door, you stay to the left. It's right where you would go into where they have venues of concerts or events there. It's going to be in that area there. Can't miss it. Lots of directions. About 100 table show.
Okay.
So it's nice. It's the first time they've ever had it there. They're going to see what's up with it and
Sure.
see if they like it. And
Remind me today, or when we get off the show, I have some tickets for the Jay Leno Arsenio Hall tonight.
They're playing tonight
at Wheatland at the Hard Rock.
Wow.
And I won't be able to go. That's a good question.
I'm guessing Arsenio's opening for
probably so for Jay Leno. Yeah.
I mean, at the peak, Arsenio was way bigger than Leno.
Oh yeah.
At the peak, but you know, longevity happened and.
Yeah, Jay Leno's the face. I didn't go on the Hard Rock website or anything to look, but I did see. I just Googled it real quick and it said Jay Leno, so I'm pretty sure he's the
with Arsenio opening.
Yeah. Would you like to go? I know you have some things.
I have some stuff going on.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So I say I got tickets for you, man.
I appreciate it.
Anthony, you want to go?
Hey man, maybe. Honestly,
let's talk about it.
I live near there.
I know you do. That's why I said.
It's like just go.
Honestly, yeah. I don't have anything going on.
It's like you and your girl. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Go.
Some things just fall right in your lap, you know, when you work here. This is the perks for working in radio. Everyone.
Jay offers it to me, and Anthony's like, "Please don't go. Please, I want to go so badly." All right, guys. Good morning, everybody. So, also, we've got the Auburn Card Show that my team will be at next Saturday, April 5th. That's going to be at 209 Fairgate Road in Auburn, California. This is a twice a year, 3 times a year type of show. It's going to be held there April 5th, 9 to 4 p.m. Our team will be there as well. Man, I'm tired. We've been going to a lot of shows.
Every
lately.
time I talk to you, you're at a show.
It's been exhausting. It's been exhausting.
Is it a good exhausting?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Last week we did a card show here locally, and I would say the foot traffic was strong, but everybody was trying to sell us cards. Not really buying. I think it's
that time of the year.
Maybe they're waiting for the tax returns or something. I don't know what's going on, but it's not as. I don't know. Chat, tell me what you think. What's the reason why you believe that the card purchasing has slowed down, but the card selling has continued? People are loving it. They really want to sell their cards to us, cash out and do other things with it, which we don't mind. We appreciate it because we can still sell it. And then last week we had an announcement, Jay. We announced that at the Sacramento Sports Card and Autograph Expo, the one that we put on at the Roseville grounds, September 26th through 28th, we announced our first guest, Big Game James. Yep. So he's going to be there Saturday, the 27th. I'm working on a couple other contracts. You have any good experiences with James Worthy? Because he's been in broadcasting for a bit.
Yeah, right when I was getting out of, at the time it was Time Warner, and now of course it's called Spectrum. And when I was getting out of Spectrum, we were crossing over kind of at the same time. So I've had some endeavors with James when it comes to, interviews and things like that. Yeah. I will say this, and you could tell him this story. I was working at a national network. It's defunct, so I guess I could say it. And you pay for the show, so this is what we do. Called Sporting News Radio, right at the time. And one of the hosts wanted me to call Big Game James for whatever reason. I couldn't remember, but I'll just say at that time,
you say call him like
for an interview.
Oh yes,
call him for an interview. And at that time, we were one of the homes of the Lakers, and he was, of course, being a broadcaster. And Kobe was going through, he was going through the Colorado situation. God rest his soul. And so I picked up
6 or so.
3. It's about. I feel like a little later than that.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like it's a little bit later than that. Yeah. Maybe 07 or 08, 9, somewhere. I feel like that. Maybe. I don't know. But I pick up the phone and I call him and he's like, yeah, I'll do the interview. You got 10,000? And I thought he was playing. Now, this is early on when Jay, as I speak in Ricky Henderson third form.
You can't see me on the radio, but I'm looking at you like, what?
I thought he was playing. He's like, I'll do it if you got 10,000. Go ahead, 10,000. I'm good. So I'm thinking he's playing. Yes, 15, 20 minutes tops. I'm like, and it's I don't want to have any dead air, but literally we had dead air in between each other. I'm like, so is that a yes or a no or
he's
maybe
like, is
so?
It a yes or no for the 10,000?
I thought he was playing, Emory. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I thought he was playing, and he was like, "Well, if you get to 10,000, go ahead and call me." So, okay.
Did you make that call?
We hung up. No, absolutely not. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you'll be at the show, so you can ask him in direct.
Yes. I'm going to ask him about that one.
Yeah.
Day. Yeah.
Why did he last time ask Kevin Mitchell about whether or not he went commando batting? So you can ask him about
it, right?
You can ask him about that. Hey, you still waiting for my call for that 10 G's? Remember when I didn't call you? That's what happened.
That's true.
That's what's up.
Did he say that to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, he didn't. And I said, am I talking to Magic Johnson? Am I talking to the ghost of George Mikan? Who are we talking to here? I thought I was calling James Worthy.
Right.
No, he's great. We worked out a deal. So
perfect.
I will tell you that the deal is not that.
Okay.
Okay. And he's doing more.
Don't tell your business, but yeah.
Yeah, he's doing more for less.
Okay. All right. Good.
All right. And then so yeah, we've got that. I'm flying. I'm going to go see Kevin McHale. We're doing a signing with Kevin McHale.
Oh, that's right. You did say that.
Yeah, so that's going to be in Arizona. I'm flying to PSA next week to do a drop off of a card. We're going to do this card that walked in. An client of ours, a customer of ours, does not want to be recognized as the owner of this as far as publicly.
Oh, is this the Jordan?
Yeah,
okay.
So we're going to fly the Jordan in next week to PSA. I won't say what day or what flight I'm on.
No, yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, we've got a $100,000 plus card that we're going with us. It's going into PSA. It's going to cost about $3,500 to get it graded, but we're walking in with it at 9 o'clock. We're walking out with it graded at 4 o'clock. And then we fly home.
Can I ask you something? Since I'm a novice on some of these things, as you've been a great teacher, great professor, you and Big Shep, and I've learned a lot from Whitey as well. And just being around the atmosphere of True Sports Cards family, man, you guys have taught me quite a bit in the hobby and sports card situation, and not even that, memorabilia as well. When you have something like that, and I know Imran's connected, but I'm just saying for the normal non Imran Palladia of sports cards.
Right.
I'm just a random guy who owns, something at the swap meet. How in the hell do I pick up the phone and call PSA and say, "Hey, I have this card"?
Well,
you don't.
It's
you come to Imran.
It's easy to do. I think I think whenever you're dealing with a big card like that, is what's the expectation of it? If it's folded, bent in half, I'm going to tell you, you could get it graded, but here's the value of what it's going to look like if it comes back as such. This card in particular, I think will grade anywhere between a 7 at the low and an 8.5 on the high,
which is great for that type of card.
Right, a PSA 8 closed for $200,000. Okay, so this owner is going to walk in there, pay $3,500 to get it graded, and it's going to go from 100 to 110,000 to what we hope is in the $200,000 value range.
Now, is he planning on selling it, or do you not know? No, he's keeping it.
Yeah, he told me he's going to keep it.
Got you.
And I've already gotten tons of messages of people asking me, can we make this available? Would the guy sell it? I think a Godfather offer might do it, but have
you made an offer?
I did.
Okay,
I did. Yeah. That's why Jessica can't go shopping.
I was going to say, the wife is listening. Maybe I should have asked that question.
Yeah. We made an offer.
My apologies.
No, it's all good. Yeah, we made an offer, and thank goodness for the Pilati family. He said no. Otherwise, you'd see me with a new car, and when I say new car, I mean old car.
Right.
You're gonna see me in a studio apartment back in Stockton. So there's a lot of things that have to happen to make that happen, but yeah, I would have had to liquidate quite a bit of cards in order for me to financial it. But that's one of those desirable cards that will always be desirable. And I think that if I was to tell him to sell it, I would tell him to sell it publicly in some format like an auction, or even if it was a fixed price, you want to create that comp. Okay, so if we did a private sale and it was in the shadows and whatever, right? He could use a third party like me to sell it for him.
Okay.
So that way he keeps his anonymity. But at the same time, I want it to be public. So that way we showed the last sale was 200, but this sale was 300.
Right.
Now all of a sudden, all tides, high tides lift all boats, right? So everybody else will be happy that I did that because it showed that the value of the house went up.
Gotcha.
When I was in real estate, one of the big things was I advertised within the neighborhood I lived in. And I said, the reason why you want to use a realtor like me instead of a realtor outside of this is because what happens to this house affects me.
Yeah.
Affects me. You think I don't want to get the highest value for the house in my neighborhood? Because it's going to make my house go up too. So who better to fight for you than a guy that lives in the neighborhood too? I'm not going to say cut bait, sell short.
Right.
I'm going to be like, let's get this at the highest value because I want highest value too, above and beyond the commission. So that's how a lot of people operate. What they'll do is they'll buy when I say a lot of people, I mean smart investors.
Sure.
They'll buy like
yourself.
I try.
Yeah.
I'll go and I'll buy a bunch of cards of the same type and then go and really hype up a sale to try to get max value for it.
Sure.
Because then I made all my cards go up in value. And I don't mean like shill bid it high. I mean like really truly sell it. Hold true to the value. Make sure that you get top dollar for it and make it public so that way all the values go up because we worked hard to get that particular card up and lifted.
Man.
We got some stuff going on here. Let's see here. Peg Junk says the economy has something to do with it because all the investor types are cutting bait, possibly. I don't know. I think that there's more card flippers in them. I had a little kid come into the store the other day. He's grinding. He's grinding my guys.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's happening more and more. Beckett's going to be that way, in about 2 years.
Sure. Absolutely.
When he's 4. But like this kid comes in, he's like 8 years old. He's like, hey man, I see this card, and every card that we put in our case, we comp it and we put it at price of comp.
Right.
And we try to stay around that, but we'll come down a little bit with circumstances. If if we get a great review or if you're paying with cash, so I don't have to pay credit card fees. There's a lot of reasons why we're able to do a little bit better. And this kid's like, hey, I know this card's $100, but I'm going to need to get this kid. I'm going to need to get it at 70. And I was like, you literally just tried to sell me cards, kid, and you wanted 90%.
Dang.
So you want 90, but you want me to sell at 70. What do you think I buy these cards at? And he
Right.
goes, swear, right to my eyes. He says to me, man, I need room. I need room to make some money.
See what you're creating?
And I was like, no.
Yeah, that's what you're creating. See what happens?
Kid,
full circle.
I need room. Where's your shop at?
Yeah. I've
where are your employees?
I've been in the trenches with
it. It was cute.
And I've seen you handle children, and you do a great job with kids. But it is something that is super interesting because I've seen people come up to your table and you treat children like children, but you also treat them like, hey, listen, you coming up here, it's a big man's job, right? And so I've seen you like, no, let's flip for it. Let's do some things for it. And I'm like, damn, are you serious?
My background has been disclosed on the show before.
Well, don't do that.
Lost both my parents when I was a little kid. Mom when I was 5, dad when I was 11, emancipated minor at 16. But I've been doing card shows since I was 11 years old by myself at a table.
Wow.
Doing that, right? This is before seller permits and the laws that are required.
Right.
So I would do card shows.
You need a seller's permit nowadays for you to sell
at my show. At my show, you do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's free to get. We can help you get it. It's just, we always want to be above board for those that are listening.
I had no clue that was even for real.
It's a for real. You could do a one day seller's permit. They just want, hey, the government wants their money one way or another. Yeah. It's just who's going to pay us last? Somebody's going to pay us. Which one of you are? Do your seller's permit. It allows you to be able to write off your expenses of your actual sales. So at any rate, I've been doing this a long time, and I've been swimming with the big boys in that standpoint for a long time. And I know that if you want to see realized results, whether you're a young one or an old one, you got to be able to speak the language. And I'm trying to teach young ones to try to figure out how they could do it to where it works rather than how to do it and have your door slammed in your face over and over again.
Gotcha.
And that's important. I think that if we could teach them right at the beginning, then they end up not being the jerks that we see today that are older. because there's a lot of them that come up to the table.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this local roundup. Let's talk about the Kings. That's all you guys talk about day and night, obviously. Kyle had a good call the other day.
I didn't know I had to talk about this on Saturday too.
Yeah. Welcome in.
All right.
We're locking up. Looks like we're locking up the 9 seed, which means that if we lock up the 9 seed, I think the magic number is like 4, because there's 9 games left.
9
after today. After today,
9
including today.
But yeah, including.
Okay,
today.
so they play in a couple hours. So tune in here, Sacktown Sports 1140. We just had Scott Marsh pop in just a second ago. He's going to be doing the pregame show, I think at 12:30 or 1.
Okay.
At any rate, Kings now, I think the magic number is 4. If they can get either the Phoenix Suns or the Mavericks to lose 4, Kings win 1 or lose, or they lose 1, some combination of that 4 locks them into playing. So the Kings would get at least the 10th seed. And then they could breathe a little bit easier, but they still want to get that 9. I think the gap between 9 and 8 is too big.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think they're 5 games behind the 8th seed. Although, did you see the Warriors dropped into 7th?
Yeah, they did.
That's wild.
They're fighting Timberwolves, of course, 5.5. And then, of course, you have the Clippers, who the Kings just can't beat. But the last games of the season are going to be super interesting because you have the Suns. And, of course, the Mavericks, they brought back AD. They're bringing back some of the big fellas. But the Kings hold the season series over the Mavs. So
looks like Jake LaRavia, the legend, is going to be out for the next 4 or 5 games.
I got a press release last night, and I didn't take a look at it.
Reevaluated in 10
days. Yeah, I thought something like that. Yeah.
Similar to the way they did with Domas, but he came back early.
Yeah.
So
Mighty Mouse.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, he's just mighty.
Yeah. Mighty Mouse, as in like the lump on his face or the scratch on his arm. That guy. He would be on the 10-day DL every week if you played baseball.
100%.
Yeah, these guys, they get a hangnail. They're out for 10 days.
Man, slow down.
No, you played with a robotic finger there for a little bit.
That's true. Still.
So I just think that the Kings are going to be locked into the 9. They'll end up with a home game here at Golden 1, and pending the win, then they go on the road against whoever the winner of the loser of 7-8, loser of 7-8. So what does that mean for Kings values? I've been looking across the board. I feel like now with De'Aaron out and gone and Malik stepping in, which was a weird Keon Malik thing that happened. We were at the game. They announced Malik was in the starting lineup. Then I looked at, why is Keon in?
Yeah.
Mixed up in the lineup card, but Malik knew he was coming off the bench. It wasn't anything that was going to be a struggle or some sort of internal strife. Boy, by the way, national writers are really clickbaity right now with the Kings.
Come on, they're everywhere.
Zach LaVine with I don't like the vibe here.
Yeah.
He was just saying, look, we're disappointed. We're losing. We shouldn't be losing with that lineup. And all of a sudden it's clickbait. Oh, is Sabonis going to ask to leave? Calm down, everybody. Calm down. I would just say that, like, if we could just look across the board on Kings prices on cards, they're very steady. They're not moving in and out. I actually expect Keegan to go up of all the people. Keegan's seeing more action. He's seeing more shots. He's playing better in the last 2 to 3 weeks. He had a really scorching start at the beginning of this last game. 3 for 3, scored 9 points in the first quarter, then didn't score again. And I don't know why they went away from him. Maybe they were just trying to get Zach more involved. But I would just say that the Kings' prices right now are pretty steady. I don't really see them fluctuating too much.
Right.
Keegan, you can get an autographed PSA 10 rookie card out of Prism for roughly about $50.
Oh, okay.
PSA 10.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Bad.
It's a great opportunity for you to invest into Kings Card cheap.
I was going to say, you're kind of buying that at fair market value, but because this is the thing, how does Keegan move up in fair market value when it comes to any of his cards if he's pretty much playing the same way on the court?
I think it's a feature, right? Is he featured more? If you look as an example of a guy that's been going up in value is Kobe White with the Bulls, who smoked us a couple weeks back.
He's smoking everybody.
Oh, wow. What a game. Yeah. Anthony and I were just talking about it before
last night or 2 nights ago.
Yeah. Just that clutch 3 to go up one, like the guy's balling.
Yeah.
And Kobe White's prices have been really depressed. He came out the same year as Ja and Zion.
Yeah.
And if you think about that group, he's a forgotten name. Came from North Carolina, short, maybe 6'4". but was a scorer, always has been, but kind of matador defense. That rookie class was Zion and Ja and Tyler Hero and RJ Barrett. Like that was that group. People really were hot on that group. And he was a forgotten guy. Well, he's coming back because the Bulls are playing well. It looks like they're positioning themselves to be in the play-in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like that was not expected. And so when you have a Kobe White, he just had circumstances to where he was a little bit more featured. He's been on the team the whole year, but they kind of let him cook.
Yep.
And if they could just let Keegan do that, if Keegan can get that 14 to 20 points a game pretty consistently, we've seen too many 11-point games with Keegan. Granted, dude plays defense and makes the 20-point score 16. So he's offsetting what he's not scoring by playing a little bit of defense on the other side. But I think Keegan has the best opportunity for a bump up of an increase.
Okay.
I don't know if he's ever going to be an all-star. Truly.
Nah. Yeah,
I think he's a solid starter. I think he's Harrison Barnes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Quality starter in this league.
You know you're going to get your
15 years.
Yep. You're going to 12 to 15 for 12 to 15.
Yes, pretty much.
That's what he's going to be. Great spot up
defense.
Great spot up shooter. Yeah, so we'll see. My hope is that we end up with another all-star. I'd love that. So I would just think that as we round into the play-in, I think now's a good time to pick up some opportunity cards. I think the ones that opportunity right now are Zach LaVine's rookie cards, Keegan's rookie cards. I don't know if Keon Ellis is going to move into that smart investment, but here's the other thing too, and we'll talk about it later this show. Collect what you like.
Yeah.
If you love a player, go for it.
Do it.
The hardest part about collecting some of our current players is that they are not in current Kings uniforms at their rookie year. LaVine was with the Timberwolves. Sabonis with OKC. DeMar was with the Raptors. So yes, we want to collect them. Those are rookie cards, but I get all the time everybody coming in saying, do you have any DeMar cards that are Kings? Do you have any Zach LaVine Kings? Even LaRavia, he's only been in the league a couple of years. He was with the Grizzlies. So we have collectible guys, but as far as locally, people really want them in their uniforms, and that's a little tough.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, though, I do have DeMar DeRozan autographed jerseys, Kings jerseys that are certified.
Yep.
Those are available. Hit us up if you're interested on True Sports Cards Instagram, which is True Sports Cards. Be sure to follow us. And I have Sabonis number 11s. So I have his new number version signed jerseys. I have Keon Ellis jerseys. So we have those signed jerseys.
Getting all this stuff from, man.
They walk in the door.
Okay.
All these autograph hounds come and they get them authenticated. All right. So that was what I would say in regards to the actual Kings collectibles in that aspect.
I'm going to go give me a couple Kobe Whites.
All right. Let's talk a little.
Sell them.
Yes. Sleeve them and sell them. Baseball just started this week.
Yes, sir.
You are a baseball guy. Talk to me. What's your thoughts?
Slow motion right now.
Because
it's slow motion in Sacramento right now. Because the A's haven't
is their first game
played local.
When's their first game here?
Coming up.
Anthony, when's our first game here?
Next
Let
week.
me look at those real
Yes,
fast.
next week, I believe.
Oh man.
Next week.
Fever pitch.
Yeah, Seattle right now took the opening day loss. But yeah, I mean
Are you excited for baseball? Man, you're a baseball guy. Deep sigh. Chat, text line. Are y'all into be sure to call us 916-339-1140. Tell us about it. Anthony, when's our first game?
It is in 2 days, March 31st.
Yeah.
Okay. At Sutter Health Park.
Yes.
And 14,000 strong will be there.
15K, baby.
Did they hit 15?
You gotta hit
seating?
you got the berm, baby. You got the grass.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's standing room only.
$60 tickets, by the way.
To just
be
sit
at
on the grass?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bring your wagon.
Some people have spent more on grass than $60 before. Anthony, what time is game time?
It is at 7:05 p.m. Doors open at 5.
I got Jay on that one. We'll edit that out in post. Don't worry about it. All right. So, Jay, you got to be excited. You know what's weird?
Somewhat.
I'm a Giants fan through and through.
Right.
I used to go to a lot of the games until I had to ride the Metro to get to this, to get to that. I was like,
yeah, it's true.
Oh, it's tough.
T-train.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
I love going to the games. It's a beautiful park. I absolutely love it. And, seeing the seagulls pooping on everybody at the end of the game is so funny. But these Dodgers are pretty exciting to watch.
Are you
I
serious?
hate seeing that.
Anthony cut his mic.
Dude,
Are you serious?
Ohtani is balling. He's hitting 417.
As a
He's got
Giants
the whole-
fan,
I am, but
did you just say you are
It's like
enjoying watching a Dodger game?
it's like watching an All-Star game. These guys are unbelievable.
I've never heard a Giants fan say that.
I can't believe what I'm
But
hearing right now.
we're undefeated.
Ooh, the Dodgers or the
No,
Giants?
Giants.
I got a question.
1-0.
Got a question.
Had a home run. Who was it? Flores that hit the home run?
Man,
Yeah, so Peg Junk says he's going to the Giants home opener on Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, I mean, this is exciting. Jung Hoo Lee's back.
Yeah.
Matt Chapman's back.
Yep.
Well,
Well, he never left, but yeah.
I mean, like he resigned.
Right.
He resigned this season.
I think he
for
had
extension.
2.
He's a Boris guy.
Yeah,
I
something
think.
like that. Yeah,
You know, they're always negotiating something. They're negotiating right now.
that's true.
Logan got the start, but he didn't win.
Yep.
That's okay. The Giants did win, so that's what matters. I'm excited about the season. For the A's, what are you looking forward to?
I like to see Butler, see if he can really step up to be an all-star that I think they believe in. Geloff, I like to see some health, of course.
He's hurt
definitely.
right now. He started on the
I
injured
just
list.
like killing me. I like to see some health with this team. Sevy threw pretty well. He didn't get the win. He didn't get the loss. Through 6 innings, I believe. No run. No. Didn't give up no runs. I believe 3 hits. Don't quote check me on that, but I thought he played. He threw very well. I thought the A's did well. Of course, Sadi, he hit the home run that put him up 1-0. But Seattle came back, and it looks like the bullpen might be a mess. Miller, I do not see Miller sticking on his team through the trade deadline. I think
Really?
yeah. I didn't think he was going to make it through last year.
Well, it's a new day, right? They're
Allegedly.
They signed Severino. They signed all these guys
Had to get to the floor plateau, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're like 68 million. Holy. And Butler resigned.
Yeah.
So like you've got some commitments. So maybe it's a new day and they'll keep Miller. Who knows? He's a hell of a pitcher.
Yeah, he is. But
Love the
I
guy.
just don't see it happening.
So if I was to say out of collecting,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Lawrence Butler guy.
I'm with
I
you.
think
Yeah,
he
I think
is.
he's the
I think
guy.
he's Ellie De La Cruz West.
Yes.
And I don't mean it just
Okay,
by looks,
I can
but
see
like
that.
just the flashiness, how he plays.
Right.
He's more of a slap hitter than he is a home run
Yep.
hitter. But slap hitters make the Hall of Fame, aka Ichiro.
You better believe it.
I'm looking right now.
Wade Boggs.
Wade Boggs. The most recent sales on Lawrence Butler have been hot. I'm looking at Lawrence Butler PSA 10 autos. Yesterday, as in March 28th, there was a Topps Chrome update. Lawrence Butler rookie auto red refractor. That means number to 5 only in the world. PSA 10 sold for $4,250.
What is Lawrence's rookie year considered? Last year or 2 years ago? Okay.
2024.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So he had some Bowman, which is usually prospect based.
Yep.
But when you go to the Topps product, that's usually your first year
okay.
of actual.
Okay.
Paul Skeens didn't have very much Bowman because he would jump to the majors right away. Yeah. So
17 felt like no playing. But
yeah, no kidding. So I would just say that if I was to invest and want to collect and just the excitement of it, Lawrence Butler's my guy for the A's.
Got you. Is there a secondary guy?
Miller sold really well last
Really?
year. Yeah, Mason Miller, he sold really well.
Even though he's probably going to be a
Just a-
prime target to not be in an A's uniform soon?
You can only go up, right? Unless he gets traded to the Miami Marlins or the Tampa Bay Rays.
Okay.
But what's more small market than the Sacramento A's?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to act like a big market here. I think because they know that
They
they're on
set
the
the precedent.
Yeah. Yeah. They want to walk into Vegas not being small.
No. They're
small
not going
fries.
to Vegas. They're not going to Vegas.
I hope not either.
Yeah, they're not going to Vegas.
Talk to me about the Giants. How you feel about the Giants? How you feel about them this year? I mean, obviously they're up against the
right. All-star
the
team
All-Star
that you
team.
like all of a sudden.
I like them. I like watching them.
The other thing too, the Padres are super tough.
Yeah.
The Padres are always going to play well. They'll always be in the mix. I think the Giants will be fighting with the Padres for second place. I'm not sure if they're a wild card team, but they should, on paper, be battling for a wild card squad. It's funny because the Giants, I always feel are like blue collar type players.
Always has been.
Yeah, I don't really feel like there's a star over there for me to collect as far as car wise. Who's that guy?
I mean, they signed Adames.
Yeah, but I mean,
I know when you're 8th year, 9th year, I don't know how many
Yeah.
years. Anthony's our stat.
of course,
stat
that's
guy.
what a producer
Stat
does.
guy.
Yeah.
Could you tell me a little bit about Willie and tell me what kind of
What year he's
years.
in?
I think he's like in year
I think
six,
he's 7 or 8.
7. At that point, nobody really flips over and goes, "Wow, you know what? Let's start collecting him." Locally, you will.
Okay.
So if I was to look up Willie, and I think it's with 1L.
Like, see, I just don't really look at them and say, go get the Logan Webb or the Chapman or it's like there's really no one there.
What we got, Anthony?
He's been in the MLB since 2018.
2018, so seven years now.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah, spell his name again so I can look him up.
It's 2 L's and then ADAMES. Yeah.
Okay, so if I look for a PSA 10 rookie of him, that would be I'm looking right now. His rookie card was 2018 Topps update.
Okay. That update.
There's a 2017 version of it too. I mean, he's cheap. You can get him for under $20 in a lot of cases.
Oh, yeah, see.
So a guy like that, if he has a good year, he had good years in Milwaukee.
True.
So I think that here locally, probably Chapman's the guy that you might want to collect.
Unless Adames gets hot, so maybe you invest. Would you invest in him now?
I think if
while
I was
it's super early and maybe it gets hot and you can.
I think it's tough on a 7-year guy. I think if I was to do anybody at the most, Peg Junk is saying Luis Matos is his guy.
Okay.
I would say that I'm guessing that for me it'd be Jung-Hoo Lee because of the international aspect as well as him being new to the league.
Sure.
And he had a cut short rookie season because of the injury. Was it his
Mhm.
shoulder?
Shoulder or it was either shoulder or arm.
He sells well.
I feel like where were we at when this came? Oh, I think we're at Summer League.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think we were at Summer League and he got hurt. And I remember turning it over to Draper like, there went the Giant season.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to be the catalyst that makes the season go great or not, but he's definitely one of the premier guys that people go to watch. It's interesting. A lot of these, I think he's Korean. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But just these international players, they're so exciting to watch because they bring a different type of brand of baseball in.
Style.
Yeah, it's a different style. So I would
give me a breakdown on Lee's rookie.
Lee's rookie card.
Yeah, please.
So let's see here. Jung-Hoo Lee is
might be over True Sports Cards investing.
Yeah.
I like where you're going here.
Yes. I'm into him. I like him.
Okay.
Jung-Hoo Lee.
But and again, I'll always ask the question from the novice standpoint for all the people that are listening here at True Sports Cards, Sac Sports 1140. When you get guys like a Willie Adames, a guy like Lee, guys like that who might not have staying power for too long and they're local, is it smarter to get in at the bottom floor and then once you get to the middle floor and maybe you reach the penthouse, do you get out fast on those guys or are you investing in those guys? And I know you say you invest in people that you like, but unless Lee just turns up and he's got a powerful career for 10 years, he might be a flash in a pan. Maybe this is an all-star year and you get out, or how do you navigate that?
I'm trying to think of the name of the guy. You know him. Played for the Dodgers. Ishii, lefty pitcher. Something Ishii. Or even Hideki Arabu. Okay. I'm naming guys that came through here.
Sure.
Okay, so you've got Hideki Arabu.
Mm-hmm.
How about Daisuke?
Yeah.
Matsusaka with his Thunderbolt.
Ball,
yeah, whatever it's called.
Right.
Power spins.
Right.
And then you've got people like Ichiro. You got people like Shohei. Everything's a crapshoot.
Sure.
Right? So whether it's an international player or not, more often than not, guys are going to fail. Truly.
Yeah.
And that's why when they do hit, it's like, whoa, let's really collect them.
Okay.
For every Ellie, there's a Jonathan India.
Truth.
And Jonathan India got Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Right? But now he's on the move. I don't even know where he's at anymore.
Struggling.
Yeah. And so whenever you're prospecting, it's really difficult because you just don't know which one's going to hit. It really is a lot like I would compare it to a roulette table.
Okay.
You got a 1 in 37 chance of hitting.
I got you, brother.
All right.
That's why I like to play certain boxes.
It's like,
give me 4 chances.
Give me red or black.
Yeah.
Give me this
even.
whole
I want this row. Yeah.
Give me the whole row.
Right.
It may not pay off as much, but at least you're. So some people are like, I'm going to go wide, 1 inch deep, mile wide.
Okay.
Some people are like, I believe in this guy and I'm going all in on him. It's up to you on how you want to collect, but I would just say that for me, I'm a big believer in finding the right guy that you really feel confident about, that you're going to see on a regular basis. So if I was to say, let's put some stock into Giants right now,
Mhm.
my guy, as Drapes would say,
Yep.
is Bryce Eldridge.
Okay.
He's not even in the system yet.
No, yeah.
Right. So
With
he's
a big club.
oh God.
Yeah.
This kid's what, 20?
Yeah.
6'7", just like
He's a bomb.
Casey,
He's
a
bombing,
left
though.
hand Casey at
Mhm.
bat. And this guy is, I mean, if you're going to take a chance and you live here in this area and you're going to get to see him at the River Cats and you're going to get to see him in San Francisco on regular TV with Kruk and Kipe, like, why would you not invest in a guy like that? It's hard to invest in a guy that's on, like Ellie, you could see he transacts on a regular basis
Sure.
nationally, but you're not going to catch him every day unless you're on MLB Network or, he's got a national game. But I like watching my players that I have investments in. It's a lot like, hey, Amron, how come you don't invest in homes in Dayton, Ohio? Because I can't drive to it to go see if their tenants are being dumb.
Yeah.
Right. I want to be able to see my tangible investments, and it's fun to watch my own investments on a regular basis. I love being able to watch the Kings and then see them playing that night in the arena or on TV with Drapes calling them and seeing them rise or fall. I like seeing them in person. It's important for me. So I would just say that that's kind of my two that I would go for. And then the other thing too is Peg Junk saying Bryce prices are high, or do you have some to break some eggs to make an omelet? I say that if you're making the investment on a guy like Bryce Eldridge right now, pay for something that's going to be in the numbered card graded asset if you could do it. All right, so we got two new releases that came out this past week. The first one is going to be Origins Basketball. As you know, Jay,
I like that.
This product is not very many things. There's like 10 cards in it. We have it. Retail is $2.99. We have it on our shelf right now of $2.59 at the True Sports Card Shop.
Prices.
They're at our shop at 6661 Stanford Ranch in Rockland. AJ and Donovan are there right now, ready to sell you a box of Origin. That's right. Sell you that box of Origins for $2.59. Want to let you know that it retails at $2.99, so you're already walking into equity. What's in the box? 2 autos or memorabilia, 2 parallels, 1 base, 1 insert. Point of what I'm getting at is this rookie class is a little light.
Yeah.
But again, this product would normally be in the $400 range, but now it's $259. So prices have adjusted based on the fact that this rookie class is a little soft, but they're coming around.
Good.
The rookie class is coming around. Looks like Stephon Castle is going to probably take the rookie of the year, but you got some solid dudes in there. Edie, you got Connect is actually playing really well again, although I don't know what Reddick was doing. I think he had some hurt feelings about, we don't need you, we're trading you. Oh, you didn't. I was saying this the other day. If you ever seen that show, that movie, Out of Her League, I think is what it is. Anyways, the guy badmouths his family as they're going to Branson, Missouri, because he's like, you know what? I don't need any of you. Screw all of you. He stands up. He's trying to get off the plane because they're all going to Branson, Missouri. And he's like, I screw all of you. I'm out of here. And the lady says, the door is closed. You cannot leave. So you need to sit back down or we're going to fine you $5,000. So he's got to sit with his family that he just badmouthed all the way to Branson, Missouri. And this is kind of where we're at. Dalton Connect, poor guy who was like shipped off and said, we would love Mark Williams. We need that center. Dalton, we love you. You played very well for us. You dropped a 41 piece on it earlier this year on our behalf. But, we got you back because of a failed physical. I mean, we've loved you the entire time. There's some hurt feelings there. I know what I was like when I was 20 years old.
I know that's right.
Yeah, so that was probably some hurt feelings that had to be squashed. But I think they're all right. Ramsey's in the chat. He says Jonathan India is in Kansas City now. We got stat guy Anthony and stat guy Ramsey. We're getting into stereo. Two producers on and a producer as a co-host.
Yep. There you go.
I'm surrounded by producers. So that product is fun. Come rip it. $259. Also, we ended up with Topps Heritage Hobby. Now this took a little late. This is a paper product. There's 1 autograph or 1 mem per box. This is the most expensive this product has been in a while. This is about $225 a box. Most of them are on-card autographs, meaning that they physically held the card and signed it. It's not a sticker. That's $225 a box. 1 top of the box loader, oversized card, 1 autograph or relic, 5 chrome base, some other bases there. I want to get to what I really want to talk about, which is grading.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of grading going on at our shop. I just recently took an order in for over 600 cards that came this week. That's multiple putting together.
Right.
So, couple of things that I want to make sure people talk to me about. Yeah, it's growing.
How do you get 600 cards graded?
And I'm inputting them into the computer. So it has predictive text. 2017, and then I'll pull up all tops, then 2017.
AI.
It's predictive text. I wish it was better than that because I'm physically uploading each and every one by hand. I usually do them at night after Jessica and Becky go to bed. I'll go back to the shop and work for 4 or 5 hours and knock it out. Go home at 3 o'clock.
Do you ever sleep?
Cards never sleep.
That's true.
Cards never sleep. So for me, I'm just looking at what we're grading, and I want to give you kind of the landscape of where we're at. So PSA last month alone did 1.5 million cards submitted to them. About 40% of them were TCG or Pokemon, trading card game. That's Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, all that stuff that normally isn't collected by sports collectors. I will tell you that our store has expanded our Pokemon because of the demand.
Really?
I'm still learning it.
Yeah.
I know
every time you say that all the time.
Man,
that's why you have other experts in the shop.
I don't know what a dino snort is or a bulbafart. I don't know what any of these are. So I just
who does AJ? No,
AJ knows a little bit of it. He's learning.
Who's the
Ethan and Donovan? Those two nerd out on it for sure. And I appreciate them. So I try to when I try to create the schedule, I try to make sure that at least one of them they're at the store at all times. Some people are like, "Do you buy Pokemon?" And I'm standing there at the store by myself, and I'm like, is it slabbed? Does it have the name and year and all that stuff? I can read that.
You got the basics down.
Yeah, it's like, do you know what a Hitmonlee is? I was like, I have no clue what that is, man. I know what a Charizard is, a Pikachu, but I don't know what a Dino Fart is. I don't know what a Bubble Guts. I don't know what any of these are.
Good luck, brother.
Yes, I would just say that almost half of the cards getting graded right now by PSA are TCG and Pokemon.
Man.
And you know where the influx has happened, and PSA has hit a big delay. So what they used to say was 45 business days has turned into 60 to 75.
I need to hire some more people.
I would say that, especially that they raised their price again. So even PSA authorized dealers like myself have to pay a little bit more of a premium, which I'm going to talk about here in a second. So where did the influx come from? What happened? They did a deal with GameStop. I don't know if you know that.
I feel like I did.
So GameStop, I think, because, and Jessica was lovely enough to get me a PS5 for Christmas because I've been screaming for one forever.
I've heard it's been a hit at the Pilati household.
You know what's crazy? I don't even have time to play it. I begged for something. I feel like that little kid that says, "Mom, I need this. As a kid, I need the G.I. Joe Battlecraft carrier.
Need it.
I need it.
Gorilla Grip.
Then I get them all. I have to put this together. Nah, I'm cool. I got the PS5, and just a couple days ago, I downloaded Madden.
Okay.
Right? Download it. I steal it from my house.
Sure.
Why do I need to go to GameStop? Why does GameStop have retail? Why does GameStop have the most expensive retail locations in the world in a mall?
I hear you.
So I think that after that falsified stock jump, that pump and dump that they did a few years back, that people did to, they took the Robinhood accounts. I'm getting real detailed here, but point of it is GameStop's stock went up. It was inflated price, then it dropped. It was a big mess. But outside of that, what is GameStop relevant for? Truly, if you could download all the stuff directly from online to your device, why do I need to go to the mall, deal with all that stuff? So I think GameStop was trying to figure out, how do we be relevant? Well, they struck a deal with PSA to where you could bring in cards and they would either buy the cards that were PSA graded from you at a rate, or you could submit them through them directly. So I would say that the influx, if I'm not mistaken, who's more likely to go to the mall? Somebody that collects Pokemon or somebody that collects sports cards? My guess,
I'm going to say Pokemon.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So you see this big influx of cards that come in. Now, I'm not completely right, but I would say that the majority of cards that came in are Pokemon graded, because the ones that come in to sell to me, I said, "Oh, did you get this graded from us?" They said, "Nope." I said, "Where'd you get it graded at?" GameStop. I was like, "Well, why don't you sell it to them?" Well, they don't pay as much as you. I'm all, I'm okay with it.
Sure.
But at the same time, I'm like, let's get this ecosystem here.
Gotcha.
Come grade with me.
That's it.
Right?
I like
That's what it's about. Like, I'm your best customer. No, you've never bought anything here. I've just given you money. Right? You just sold me stuff.
Right.
Yeah. When you're a supplier, you are not the customer. Let me just start right there.
Distributor, yeah.
So I would just say that that PSA is just getting hammered. But you look at the other ones, CGC, which has been known for years as the guys that grade TCG and Pokemon. They've seen a little bit of an influx. SGC, Sports Card Guarantee Company. They've been around a while. They're very well known for grading vintage cards, pre-75, and having strong value. So I would say for every $100 that you spend on a PSA card, SGC vintage is going to be around that 93%, 92% of the same value. Benefits of SGC, they come back faster, 15 days, business days versus 45 plus for PSA. Cheaper. We submit SGC single card for you for $20 in mass, 20 cards or more at $16 a piece. PSA for us would be $30 or 25 if you do 5 or more, or 23 if you do 20 or more. So it's cheaper and it's available to you. Beckett, my kid's namesake, what I named my kid after the company, they've fallen on real hard times. Yeah, they're getting last month they did about 70,000 grading instead of the 1.5 million the PSA did. If you take the 2 through 4 grading companies, add them together, they don't even hit PSA's half. That's how dominant PSA is.
So why would I still go to Beckett right now? Besides the perks of getting it faster, or
no, Beckett is so.
Does it hold the value?
No.
Okay.
And here's where we're at, and this is where I think this is where our hack. I'm gonna give you all a cheat code in the last 5 minutes of our show. If I were you, and you wanted to collect personal collection, I love it. I'm gonna keep it forever. I think that you buy Beckett cards, and here's why. Because the values of Beckett cards are far less than what you would see normally in PSA. Here's the example. Let's use 2018 Luka Prism. It's a rookie gear. The PSA 10 version of that card, number 280, goes for PSA 10, $195 to $205.
Okay.
The same exact card in Beckett 9.5 Gem Mint, $100 last sale.
Wow.
Half price.
Yeah.
Now, why am I buying that card for PSA? Because it's worth more. Okay, I get it. But if this is a PC that's going to live in your collection forever, why wouldn't you just keep it in that Gem Mint condition? Now, the other thought is, well, if Beckett goes out of business, what's going to happen to it? Beckett is a legacy company. It will be forever. Whether they exist or not, somebody will buy Beckett. Somebody will take it over. SGC was just bought by PSA last year. So I think that as you see corporate takeovers of companies, Beckett is a name that's synonymous with this industry.
Yeah.
Levi's is never going out of business. Right? Somebody's going to buy Levi's. I thought Kodak would stay in business, but somebody just thought maybe the Kodak name was just too damaged. But Beckett is a legacy name in this industry. So I think that it's one that's going to last forever. And if it doesn't last forever, somebody's going to buy it, and then we'll go from there. I have a social experiment I want to try. I want to test. We're going to do it.
Let's do it.
Listeners, this is what I want you to do. Over the next week, I'd like you to be part of this social experiment that I'm going to try. One question is, does BGS 9.5s convert crossover to PSA 10s? If we submit them in their case to PSA 10, would they cross over? Yes or no? My statement is probably not. And the reason why is because if you take Beckett 9.5s and you cross it over and they look at it and PSA says, yes, we'll take it in a 10, and they do that in mass,
right,
even if the card is the same, as far as Gem Mint versus not, I'm looking at it and saying, they won't do that. That's my guess. Because then what happens is people will say, Jay, my 9.5 crossed over. Let's send in all of our stuff. And then they'll be disappointed knowing that 20% of them, as an example, actually go through a crossover because they're charging you whether they do it or not.
Yeah.
So they might send you back the case and say, we collected the money. Thank you very much. But no, it's not. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to take 20 cards that are Gem Mint BGS 9.5s, and I will submit them for free on your behalf. So you can give me one card that we're going to cross it over and try to do what we do. We'll take all the Gem Mints. We'll take my one card and 19 of our customers' cards. We'll take them. We'll submit them. I'll do it for free to PSA, and let's see what the ratio comes back at.
Now, how do they drop it off? Where do they drop it off?
6661 Stanford Ranch in Rockland
There you go.
at True Sports Cards. Say that you want to be part of the radio program. Emron, you heard it on the radio. I'll submit one of your cards to them. If it grades and goes over, great. And if it doesn't, sorry, but it won't cost you anything. We'll do the social experiment. And about a month from now, we'll know what those numbers look like. I'm excited to have it. Jay, I can't believe you took your Saturday to be here.
Of course, man. It's always good. We're getting cheated out of time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna push and push. Don't I get 2 extra minutes, Ant?
You can go through the music if you want.
Oh,
We got a
okay.
whole
It's
song.
a long song, yeah.
Yeah.
So this show, you've been a part of it for a long time behind the
sir.
scenes. Now you're in front of the mic. I just love being here. It's been a great year and change now, a year and a half. But we're looking to expand more stuff with
Man,
you.
you do. Look, one thing I want to say real quick, and I know it's not patting you on the back of you and flowers. The one thing about it is, man, I've always said, I come here, I always learn something, right? It's always an informative. And this is, if nothing else, what's wrong with padding your own stats? And I say padding your own stats is when it comes to sports cars, memorabilia, hobby, all that good stuff, you're really padding your own stats, which could be your own wallet, right? Yeah, absolutely. So that's what I'm Mr. Sell guy.
Yes, you are.
Sell it.
You're very,
all the time.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
talk to Whitey when we talk to Draper during the show. Sell it. But there are things that I have picked up from your shop. There are things that I've picked up, and I haven't sold.
We turned you into a collector.
Yeah, a little bit.
Instead of an investor.
At the bare minimum. You got to have a few things because you can't come on True Sports Cards and don't at least have a little bit of a stash.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I gotta have
Speaking of
stash,
a little
man.
bit of stash, I just forgot to shave this morning.
It's all right, brother.
Anthony, thank
got
you
a
so
wife.
much. I know. I'm already taking. I'm smoking for. I don't have to comb my hair, take a shower. I already got a wife. Jessica, we love you, and I love my little son Beckett. Thank you for watching, little boy. I'll be visiting you real soon. For all of us at the True Sports Card Show, we'll have Whitey back next week. Thank you so much for listening. And every Saturday here on Sacktown Sports 1140 at 10 a.m. We'll see you next week.
Talk about True Sports Card Store, yeah. Card Store.